by StudyGateIndia.com. Yes, now this is the time for the examinations. Everywhere, everyone is bothering about the exam. Yes, students, parents, teachers, mentors, schools, education institution, everyone is bothering about exams. What to do, what not to do. Yes, CBSE, Central Board of Secondary Education of NCRT, exams begins tomorrow. The same way, the state board exams of Tamil Nadu begins on March 5th. So every student, all these students are in a vibrant mood to study. They are training themselves. This is the season, exam seasons. So StudyGateIndia.com has decided to talk something about the exam, about the students, how to prepare for the exam and all these things. To begin with, now yes, for CBSE set, tomorrow is the exam time. All the students are studying now for the exams. Now, what we are going to say now is, first, while preparing for the exam, the students must have to begin with a very clear and transparent mind. There should not be any confusion. There should not be any dilemma. What do you mean by clear mind? So there may be so many preoccupation for the student. They'll be thinking about the plan. They may be thinking how this exam would be, whether it is easy or whether it's difficult, or the questions will come as they expected. Like that, so much of thinking. It's quite natural because the students, they are just studying for the future. They are going to write the exams. So now don't think about anything. In your mind, your view should be only about what? Preparing for the examination. That is what I said. The mind should be absolutely clear, absolutely transparent. If anything is there, please see that when it is completely wiped out. The first instruction, what this StudyGateIndia.com gives you is a very clear and absolute transparent mind. Then only whatever you study will stick on in your mind. Yes. So now next is about time management. What is time management? The time is very precious now. So much as on yesterday, everything is gone. You lost all the time. Of course, many would have planned and studied well. Many would not have done it. Anyway, now think about the available time. What is the time in your hand now? Think about the time. Try to make that time very useful. Try to make the time very sensitive. In the sense what? You plan yourselves. You think what to be done from this minute. That is, what are the portions you have completed? What are the portions yet to be completed? Like that. Time management, we cannot get time. We cannot buy time. We cannot gain time, but you can save time. How to save time? Think about where and all you are wasting time. Just thinking something else, some confusions, some unwanted thinking. All these things should be wiped up your mind. So just to have a clear mind. So what is the workload before you? What are the tasks you are supposed to achieve? What is the time available? You make a very clear plan right from the morning. You are just getting up from the bed. From that, make a time slots, step by step. This is what I am going to do. This is what I am going to do, like that. So just that time planning you have to make. That planning will help you to avoid your confusions, and you can have a very clear mind. This is what time management. That means what? Accepting the time you are taking rest, accepting the time you wanted to relax, and entire time, other time, your mind should be in complete focus. After time management, we are interested to discuss about what? Concentration. What is this concentration? How to concentrate? Where from you can get concentration? Concentration in the sense, your task is write in the exam nicely. The first thing is, you should not study with anybody's pressure. You are studying for you. For that, what you have to do? Study with pleasure. That is the planning. Once if you plan, the confusion will be totally avoided. Once if you plan, you can have the time management. If you have done both things, concentration will come. So you have to check. You must have a self-test. You must have a self-analysis, whether you are really concentrating or not. How? That is after studying for about half an hour, after studying for about 30 minutes. So you just stop a while. Just ask a question whether your mind is really in the subject, whether you are really working for it. Then your mind will say, your conscious will say yes or no. If yes, it is fine. If no, you have to reanalyze. What do you mean by that? You must see that when you are concentrating. Your concentration will come by thinking about the task only. You must think what you want to achieve. Then when you just get into the confusion, when your mind is not accepting whatever you study, you just relax for some time. For example, I can just simply tell the students, while you are getting in the morning, you can relax for some time. You can practice some kind of yoga and meditation. So yoga means don't think something you have to do very big. You need lot of practice or something. Simple meditation, simple walking, simple physical exercise. You make yourself fresh. Your blood circulation will be fresh. Your brain will work nicely. Then you start your work. Just offer a prayer in whatever way you want. Then start studying. This will give you a concentration. This will improve your memory. Whenever you have a break in concentration, whenever you are not able to concentrate, you just see that when some kind of relax, taking a cup of some coffee or milk or something, then you start your work. This is called concentration. Unless you concentrate your physical mind, your just what you call mind, everything should be in a line. That is, you must study by subconscious. One more technique for it. What you can do is, while we are studying, don't simply see the book and study. See the book and side by side have a notebook, have a scribbling pad, or have a work register, and keep on write. Whatever you study, you write. Take hints before taking any subject. Before starting studying any subject, make a work plan that we call as work in progress. So I am going to study this particular chapter. In this chapter, in what are the areas I am clear? In what are the areas I am not clear? What are the areas I need more practice? In what are the areas I need more focus and concentration? What are the areas I have to write and practice? Like that, you make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an algorithm, a hierarchy you prepare, and you follow that. Then naturally what happens? Your workload will be reduced. Once your mind is relieved from the tough areas, relieved from the constrained areas, relieved from the difficult areas, automatically what will happen? You will do well. This is how we can gain concentration. Concentration, what we can develop ourselves. You cannot get it from outside. You cannot get the concentration neighbors. That is your imagination. Imagination about the exam. I want to write this particular exam nicely. I want to be the first in the examination. I want to win the race. These are the ideologies you have to maintain to do well. This will give you a quite good concentration. For that, I said planning is necessary. The next is study atmosphere. What is the study atmosphere? The place where you study. It can be anywhere. Some people prefer to study in the open place. Somebody prefer to study by walking. Somebody will prefer to study in a particular room. Somebody will prefer to study in isolation. Whatever it may be, the study atmosphere counts. Your situation, there should not be any disturbances. Specifically, the audio and video disturbances. So some people, what happen, have a practice of what you call, hear some songs or what you call music and then study. This is a very, very bad habit because mind will not accept it. They will say, only when I hear a song I can study, but it is completely a false thing. It is a myth. It is not so. Mind will not accept it. The same way, seeing TV and studying, talking to someone and studying, and sitting in a group and studying. In the 12th and, for example, this higher secondary and 12th standard level, group discussion will never work. So that is all in research. There is all in advanced study. There is all when you are just going for the higher profile with a particular concept, undergo a group discussion, discuss and study all these things. You can do it afterwards. Now you have to study, self-study, self-writing practice. So you must be in isolation, or you must sit in a place where you like it. It may be your garden, it may be a room, it may be a study center, why not? Then education institution which can help you, or it may be in your school, or it may be a teacher's house, doesn't matter. But the place where you like, where you will have the least disturbance. Then audio disturbance, video disturbance, and somebody is talking, your family programs will be going on, your family function will be going on, they'll be talking about some other program. You should not sit there and study. So create a place where you can study. This we call as what? Study atmosphere. Then confusion of various forms. What are the confusions? In the examination times, naturally it is quite common about the question papers. Suddenly somebody will say, oh my dear friend, tomorrow's paper is going to be difficult. Tomorrow's paper is going to be unexpected. Tomorrow's paper is going to be vague. All these things don't believe. Don't carry on all this information, nothing so-called. Where is the question of important or not important there? Syllabus is in your hands. Textbook is in your hand. You have already studied. You are thorough. Whatever you want to study, you're going to study now. Even now in your hands, there is time. So why do you bother about all these things? So nothing called expected or unexpected. So which the people call as unexpected. Supposing the question which they didn't study, the question which they are not thorough, if it comes, they will call that unexpected. It is not for you because you think you have studied already. So don't bother about expected, unexpected, important, not important. Your task is studying the entire syllabus fully. In a sense, what suppose if you have left something, take care and study that. But if by spending 5 to 10 minutes, you can make it all right. You can have a clear understanding by taking the help of your mentors, teachers, or good friends. Without doing that, why do you omit? So omitting is a very bad practice. So by omitting, you cannot achieve well. So if at all you have anything pending, see that one you are completing that immediately. Next is what the complex, inferiority complex. And what do you call a less confidence. Your confidence level ratio is going down. How? When you don't study well, when you are not regular in your study, when your practice is not very strong, naturally your confidence level will go down. Don't do that. You try to keep up your what do you call your confidence level in tempo. Always try to have a good confidence. I can do it. I will win in this exam. I am going to do better. That is very important. And next is overconfident. That is slightly risky. I know everything. I know everything. So nothing is unknown to me. Not like that. This is overconfidence. You are in practice. Nobody knows what is going to come. Nobody knows how the exam could be. So you have the confidence, no doubt, but don't try to have overconfidence as well as superiority complex. Both inferiority complex as well as superiority complex, both of them are dangerous. I told already you should study the complete syllabus. You should have confidence in the syllabus. You should have this writing practice and all these things. And study plan. Already we discussed about study plan. What is a study plan? You know the exam timetable. This is the timetable. It is already fixed. You know when the exam is going to start. You know your syllabus. You have already know the pattern. Then you must have a study plan. So throughout the academic year, we study what we have studied. Collect all the books. These are the books I am going to study. Collect all the accessory books, meaning what? Reference books. All the reference books and your file where you're just keeping some hints, notes of lessons, everything you arrange in a hierarchical order, in a chronological order. You take everything, and that is the first plan what you are going to do. For example, tomorrow for CBSE student, it is English. Imagine you must have all the books in your hand. You must have all the notebooks in your hand. And what are the grammar topics are there? What we are going to suppose to study, what we do not know, all these things first arrange. That is the first, the moment you see everything, all the literature, everything what I am going to study is my hand. That itself will give you a confidence. Then go. Automatically you will understand. I studied this. I know this. Then what to be studied, what I didn't prepare nicely. All these things you can overtake it. This is what. Then whether you have completed the portion, as I told you, completion of portion. Maybe you have left. Some people would have left 20%. Some people would have left 30%. Some people would have 40%. Doesn't matter. Now this is the time. You just spend an hour or 2 hours. You can complete that. Even sometimes what will happen, whatever you study like this will help you. So that is the study plan. So what you have completed, what is the incomplete, and what to do to achieve the incomplete. You can take the help of your mentors. You can take the help of your teachers. You can request them to teach something, and you can organize. And the writing practice. You can ask me one question. Now tomorrow is the exam. After 2 days this exam. So how I can write? How I can write and practice now? So far I didn't do it. Doesn't matter. Just take some hints. Develop the hints. Just stand and just read aloud. And whatever hints you have taken, you can just make a what you call a tabular column, or take some hints, or you can use a blackboard. You can take a blackboard and write in the blackboard whatever you want to study. You can just write the captions. You can just develop the captions, and you can say, see, both your visual and both your hearing, mind, and when you are writing, everything will be in a line. Naturally, what will happen? Your mind will come to a line. This is how you can, what you call, this time you can study, and the writing practice, and somehow you can achieve. Or sometimes what will happen? This also may help you. If you don't remember the subjects properly, what happen? You can record it and take some time, or ask your teachers to teach you, or ask your mentors to teach you. Record that and have a pen drive or CD and put it here again. This will help you when you are writing in the examination. And the next, naturally, during the exam. During the exam, be prepared. What do you mean by be prepared? Make your pens ready. Use proper pens. No, don't use scribbling pens. So most probably don't use what do you call uncomfortable ball pens. Nice pens. The pens should write and flow. Just buy what you call few pens, 3 or 4 pens or 5 pens, and practice, 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 and keep 2 pens for the exams. Carry all the pens. What do you call that? The choice of pens is yours, but according to your writing style, according to writing practice, so far you underwent, you select some pens and use this, and your pencils, eraser. Don't depend upon friends to borrow something. Take your log table and take all the other accessories what you need. Go comfortably. Let us take a good bath and fresh after prayer. Go comfortably with the free of mind to the examination. You must be very peaceful in the examination. Just before, half an hour before the exam, or 10 minutes before the exam, or few seconds before the exam, don't try to turn the paper and stop everything in the morning. And previous night, you just completely close everything. The next morning, just another brush up. Don't try to go for a serious studying just few hours before the examinations, and sit in the exam, meditate for some time. They have given enough time to review the question paper. You can have a mental mind, that is mind plan, and go accordingly. So by this time, you can be very peaceful in the examination. So already paper is given to you. That question paper is not the destiny for you only, but it is for everybody. Don't think a difficult paper has come to us. Don't think an easy paper has come to us. It is applicable to lakhs and lakhs of students. So it is the game for you. It is a war time. You cannot run away. As I used to tell everybody, winners never quit. Quitters never win. You cannot quit. You cannot run away. You have to face the exam. How I'm going to tackle that particular paper? How I'm going to write that particular paper? You are thinking you should have that mind. Start writing, and you just according to your own style, you start writing. Face the exam. First thing is completion of the papers. You have to complete the papers fully without any omission. Supposing some difficult things or tough things, hard things comes to you, it is not hard actually. Somehow it is you are reluctant. Give some time, and or after completing all the question, if you come back to that, because I studied already, everything will come to your mind. This technique you can use, and what happened to remember it back. So try to face, and your presentation should be clear, very legible, and don't use very hard, what do you call, very strong colored sketch pen for underlining. Use some nice pencils or pens to underline, and write it as legible as possible. Your examination paper, your answer sheet is going to be the mirror. How the mirror reflects our face, in the same way your knowledge will be exposed by your, what do you call, this examination answer sheet to the paper who are going to correct the answer sheet. So you must be confident in your writing, and even if you commit some error, it will be automatically get rectified if you just write neatly, that presentation, all these things, and underlining important points, draw the diagram in pencil. So as a whole, I would like to tell you one thing: you must be responsible in writing. You must be dutiful in presenting your answer sheet. So like using proper pens, writing properly, legible writing, clarity, and all these in criteria to fetch you good marks. So you are not going to get a tough paper. You are not going to get a vague paper. The paper will be definitely comfortable for you if you have a clear mind. So the same thing is applicable to all these students, whether it is state board students or the student who are facing the examination from what you call ISC board, or it is state board, and everybody should have a clear mind, time planning, management, and the timetable is given very nicely for you. In those days, gone are those days when I wrote the exam and all. What happens? Morning one paper, evening one paper. I have written morning what you call elective mathematics, called algebra and geometry. Evening I face my science paper. It is not so now. They are giving comfortable time, enough leave, 1 week leave, 3 days leave. They convert that leave time as hours. You have got enough time to study and have a meticulous plan and organize yourself. With this, I would like to conclude this seminar. Wish you all a very good luck. Thank you.